my fellow idiots? How are you all doing? Gosh, surely we are not doing as well as the foreign workers and hundreds of thousands of Chinese students that Donald Trump is importing to the United States. If only we were smarter, maybe he wouldn't have to do that.
Hey everybody, this is Troy over at Uncomfortable Truths. Thanks for checking me out. So today we have to talk about Donald Trump's continued betrayal of his supporters and of America as a whole. Because Donald Trump was elected on a platform of peace, he was elected to get rid of the illegal immigrants, and he was elected to stop these stupid H-1B visa scams going on all over the country. And he is doing none of these things. And in fact, he is calling Americans lazy and stupid, and he is doing the opposite of what he was elected to do. And a lot of people on the right, myself included, have had enough of this. And so this has started a MAGA civil war that honestly, I don't think Trump is going to be able to bounce back from, because he is going in the wrong direction. And Brett Cooper is going to keep calling him out on it, as we can see right here. Take a look.
I am over it. I am done. I want to go back to last fall when we were excited, when we were hopeful, when we all thought that we were going to be entering the golden age of America. And yet here we are, in possibly the worst week of any Trump administration. And in case you need a recap, I'm going to pull up this tweet from Street Maverick. It has not been a good week for policy ideas floated by the White House. 50-year mortgages, $2,000 tariff stimmy checks, Americans can't do jobs, more H-1Bs, 600,000 Chinese students keeping liberal universities alive.
As you can see right there, Brett Cooper is starting to notice that this whole Trump experiment for the second time is not looking like the first term whatsoever. It's starting to look like we got absolutely scammed with this guy, because he isn't doing the things that he promised to do. We're still funding Ukraine. We're still funding foreign states, which I wonder if that's why there's a certain list that isn't being released. But we'll just go ahead and we'll ignore that for this video, because we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. But for whatever reason, Donald Trump is more interested in defending Israel, a country of 9 million people that has no impact on the United States whatsoever. But that's more important than actually taking care of our own issues. It's more important than making sure that Americans can get high-paying jobs. It's more important than making sure that Americans can afford groceries, because Donald Trump has stopped putting America first, and that's becoming more and more clear, because as Brett Cooper is going to explain here, Donald Trump doesn't believe in the American people anymore.
But let's go back to what Trump just said there. She said, don't we have American talent? He goes, no, actually we don't. We don't have American talent. And he said that right after he said that the affordability crisis was just a figment of our imagination. It is a con. We have just made it up in our minds. He has no idea what we're talking about when we say that things are not affordable. I mean, like, what is happening here? How was he allowed to do this interview? Was he not prepped for it? Like, it's kind of incredible, unfortunately, how a single interview can just blow up an entire political base, because that is exactly what is happening right now.
So this is what we have from Donald Trump now. He thinks Americans are too stupid to do the jobs that need to be done. Now, let's be honest about what most of these H-1B jobs and the visas that are going to these people, these jobs that they're doing are not even high-skilled jobs. Most of these jobs are regular jobs that Americans would have no trouble filling whatsoever. The only reason why companies want to bring in foreign workers is because they don't want to pay what the actual cost would be to pay an American to do the job. So Trump is just giving away this money to the rich people and making sure that he's keeping regular working class Americans down. He has no interest in helping Americans at all, because if he did, this would already be ended right now. Now, keep in mind, Republicans are going around blaming the Democrats for everything, but Republicans have the Supreme Court. Republicans have the presidency. They have the Senate. They have the Congress. Republicans are in full control of the government. And right now, how is it looking for buying a house for most people? I'm lucky. I'm able to buy a house. But for a lot of people, and most younger people, there's no way they can afford a house. Half the time now, they can't even afford groceries. And for the first time, we had younger people willing to vote for Republicans. We had younger people seeing that there is value in conservatism and actually going and saying, you know what, I do support this. Well, right now, when they can't even afford groceries and their president is going and saying that, well, I don't even think that they can do these jobs, you're giving them no incentive whatsoever to actually go and vote for Republicans in the future. So you're going to hand the government back to these useless Democrats, and then things are going to just continue to get worse and worse and worse. But I'm starting to think that Trump understands that, and he just doesn't care. But younger people are starting to realize this, and they do care.
Barefoot Student posted this and said, the Gen Z stare when they hear Trump wants more H-1Bs to build missiles. America has no talent. 600,000 Chinese students is just business. And the economy is the best ever. All in one interview. Literally, that has been my face the entire week as I am scrolling on X. Meanwhile, as the MAGA America First conservative base is going up in flames online, Trump is spending his time writing letters to the president of Israel, asking him to pardon Netanyahu. Like, I'm sorry, is this really the priority right now? You have a major PR crisis. Your base is absolutely furious with you. You're saying that you don't think Americans have any talent, and you're focusing on this?
And why is it that when we're having so many of these problems at home, that Donald Trump is spending so much of his time focused on making sure that Benjamin Netanyahu gets a pardon for his many, many crimes? Now, what is it that Benjamin Netanyahu could have on Trump that would lead Trump to be such a sycophant to Benjamin Netanyahu? Could this have something to do with the list that Donald Trump is fighting tooth and nail to make sure that doesn't come out? And he's throwing Americans under the bus and completely ignoring his America First promises. But it's not working this time because people have figured out that they are getting screwed by both the left and the right. And let's be honest, at this point, Trump is no exception whatsoever, and people have had it.
Obviously, this interview with Laura Ingraham, all of the stuff about H-1B, it caused a massive uproar online. Again, like the entire base just going up in flames, especially because it came on the heels of him saying that he would not be suspending the program that imports hundreds of thousands of Chinese students into our universities because without them, some of the colleges would go under, and therefore we have to protect them because that is just good business. No, I'm sorry, that is not good business. The government should not be bailing out these universities. We need to let the free market do what the free market is going to do. If these colleges that are every day screwing over young Americans, if they can't survive without hiking up their prices and forcing students to take out insane student loans, if they can't survive without the hundreds of thousands of Chinese students that we are bringing in every single year, then I'm sorry, they should close their doors. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Like, seriously, that is how I feel.
Look, here's what's going on, guys. This is just one of the many scams that Donald Trump is continuing, just like Obama before him and Joe Biden as well. Obama bailed out the banks, and now Donald Trump wants to bail out the colleges by letting foreign students come in and use those colleges, despite the fact that we know these colleges are already ripping off Americans and we should just let them go under. So he wants foreigners to come and take all of your positions at school, and he wants them to take your jobs, and he wants to make sure that we're not putting America first. And that's the uncomfortable truth, guys. For those of us that believed that this administration was going to be different, Donald Trump has shown us that it is not. Donald Trump is just as crooked as the rest of the politicians, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is 100% right. It's time to release that list, and it's time for us to stop giving Donald Trump a bunch of credit because he's doing a bad job. So that's what we have, guys. I'm sorry to bring the bad news to you, but if you like the show and you can handle the uncomfortable truths, do me a favor and hit like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.